Hi there everyone, welcome to episode 572 of the Mike from Maine Show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show we have Tom E on, and we're going to be talking about a product that we've actually talked about before. Tom has been on the show 2 times before talking about the exact same product. The reason why is it's a fantastic product. It got Product of the Year last year. I've given it Product of the Week the last time he was on the show talking about it. It's one of those things that I get emails from people talking about how they're using it and actually making money. When I hear that, that makes me feel super comfortable about sharing it with you. Let's get into it. Here's Tom. We are here today with our good friend Tom E. Tom, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, man. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. We're going to be talking about a piece of software today that I was talking with Tom before the interview and just saying it's one of those softwares that I get emails all the time from my audience, my subscribers who have purchased this before in previous launches. And they're just kind of just mentioning to me, they'll be like, oh, Mike, blah, 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 talking about something. Oh, and I've made money with Arbitrage Underdog doing this and this. It's just one of those things that I've gotten used to coming up. And and I'm not quite sure why. I'm not sure if it's the method. I'm not sure if it's the software. I'm not sure if it's just the fact that there's so much proof that it's worked. So people have that mentality when they go into it that, okay, I can do this as well. This person's done it. This person's done it. This person's done it. But Tom, for people who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you created this software, what it's all about.
Sure. Well, my name's Tommy, and I've done internet marketing for about 7-8 years. Struggled for 5 of them, and then I got serious professionally. Started releasing products very successfully in 2012. And then in 2013, summer of 2013, me and my partner Chad Rigo noticed that there was a lot of people who were doing arbitrage between Craigslist and Fiverr, making good money on it, except the process was just excruciating and it took a lot of time. So, and Chad is a programming genius, so we figured why not automate it? And so we developed Arbitrage Underdog. You know, when we released it then, it was a pretty, not rudimentary, but a pretty basic version of it, and since then we've added a ton of features. We've sped everything up so that now it just you know, it's a very slick, streamlined piece of software. And you know, to comment on what you said, why does it make people successful? Why does it make people money? Because it's something that works. You know, I mean, there's a reason why we received the title Product of the Year in 2014. For this, because it's a business model that we came up with that just works. Now, not everyone's going to make money on it because, you know, people are lazy. They expect to make money in their first day or their first week, and that can happen. Some people make money on their first day, but, you know, all those people that you heard from, what they probably have in common is they bought it and they go, okay, I'm going to be successful at this. They set the goal and they don't give up until it happens, because that's a common denominator. People who are not successful, you know, they're just not willing to put in the work. But, you know, again, the great thing about Arbitrage Underdog is, like, it simply works. It's been proven thousands and thousands of times over. So anyone who purchases it, if they put in the work, you know, success follows as long as they stay consistent.
And you say put in the work, and there's a bunch of things I want to say here. You've got the method that goes along with this, which is going out there and you find people that want something to be done. You find someone that can get it done for them. The person pays you. You take the money in between, and all you're really doing is you're the middle guy in between. Love that aspect of it. But instead of just being a method, and that could have been it in itself, Tom. That could have been a course, just like teaching people how to do this. But you've created a tool to make it so that, okay, we've got this method, let's make it a lot easier. Let's make it so that we can just make it a little bit kind of that internet marketing push button-ish thing there. Let's make it a little bit easier for people who are willing to put in the work of going out there and finding these people that are in need of something and these people that are providing it. Let's make it easier to connect them. And on your sales page, and I love this headline, it says turn $5 into $100 to $1,000 over and over again with the most successful proven software of its kind. And normally I would be all over this being like, okay, this is pretty intense headline here. But because I've seen the results, because I've used the software, because this isn't the first time we've talked about this, I feel comfortable with that. But tell us a little bit about this headline and how you're able to say that, how you're able to make that claim.
Well, you were breaking up a little bit there, but I think I got most of what you said. Again, it goes back to the fact that it works. You know, we've created a piece of software that automates so much of the process. All you're going to do is you're going to sit there in the middle and you're going to connect these two people. You find, you know, first the software finds your Craigslist people wanting, you know, like a logo or graphic design or something like that on the left side of the screen, willing to pay so and so much. And then, you know, it matches it up with the Fiverr people, you know, and it sniffs out all the Fiverr people that have the highest ratings, you know, so you're not going to end up with the shady ones, you know, the ones that have a reputation, they've done thousands of clients before. You know, then we have a big training site that walks you through over-the-shoulder videos that shows you how to use the system, answers all the questions step by step so that you get full training on it. The reason that I make those claims is, yes, it works, but also we have so many testimonials from people that I've known in marketing for so long. And when we relaunched this the first time last year, I sent on an email and I asked for people who have honestly made money, you know, and I pointed out I need to be able to verify it. And we just had a storm of people hitting us. And I mean, these were real people that I'd even heard about, that had turned Arbitrage Underdog into main businesses, side businesses. They were making $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, and it just didn't stop coming. Now, before that, you know, we had it on the Warrior Forum, and there's hundreds of testimonials, and I don't know how many of those have made money, but a lot of them. So the common denominators, and you know, if you start Googling Arbitrage Underdog, Warrior Forum, or anywhere, you will just find testimonial after testimonial. Just keeps going, you know, with people making money from it. So, you know, putting that headline was a no-brainer for me.
Let's take a look inside.
Sure. Let's see. Let me turn on my screen share here, and then let me know when you can see my screen, and I'll get cracking here.
Sure, it's working. Yep, we got it.
All right. So, just so everyone knows, this is the what's called the Black Label edition of it. This is not the basic version, but I've turned off all the bells and whistles. So we're just going to show you the basic function. You know, there's an OTO to it, but it's absolutely not necessary to be successful. All you need to be successful is the basic version. The OTO just makes things go a little faster. Mm-hmm. So let me see. As you can see, it's got a split screen here. On the left side, we have Craigslist. On the right side, we have Fiverr. So if I do a query, this is for digital products. Anything that can be done on Fiverr, this is what you search for on the left-hand side. Things like logo. And as you can see, as I'm typing in logo here, it shows up on the right-hand side. Let's say let's see. Illustrator and graphic design. That's always a good combo. We do a search, and as you see, I got California selected right now. With the basic version, you do a search for a complete state at a time. If you do Craigslist, you can only do city by city, and it'll take you forever to do this. Mm-hmm. You also have this option here to remove spam and dupes. I forgot to select that one, but sometimes it's good to do it because some people just spam the crap out of Craigslist, and you'll see like 20 ads for the same thing with just slightly different headlines. And as you see, the results start popping up here. I'm just going to cancel the search right now just so we can start taking a look here. And then all you do is you look for the headlines that look good, and you can do anything with these fields. You know, you can expand, drag them, you know. And as you can see, it's sorted over here by listing, date, keyword, and you can list them by anything that you want. You know, if you click on this, it'll be listed by city, category, when were they posted, all that stuff. So for instance, if we click on this guy, looking for a logo design for our new tech startup called, let's see, need something modern and stylish. Please email me if interested and let me know prices. And we do, excuse me, and we do school everyone on everything so that, you know, well, I don't know which price to charge on what stuff, but it's not a problem because that's part of our training, part of our customer service. Okay, so now you know you got a logo design. So you close out this one. I'm going to drag this back here. And we're going to do the search on Fiverr, and we're going to select search by keyword in the title. Do search. Let's see, let's drag this all the way over here so we get all Fiverr. And as you can see, for Fiverr is something that does not exist on Fiverr. This would take you so much longer on the Fiverr on Fiverr.com simply because they don't have search parameters, and this is extremely handy because the problem for me on Fiverr when I search is like finding it quickly and finding someone who's qualified, someone who's done a lot of work, and that's exactly what this does here. As you can see, the rating count is important. It'll tell you, you know, if they have a 10 rating, are they a level 2 seller, are they a top rated seller, everything that you need to know. Now, since there's so many people doing logo, Illustrator, and graphic design on this side, it's going to take a while. I'll probably sit here for another 5 minutes before it completes. But what you want is you want to find, you know, on this side, you want to find the combination of someone who's got high ratings, someone who does unlimited revisions. I did this search, you know, while I was testing it before the call here, and it took about 5 minutes for the guy to show up that I really wanted to use in the example, and we don't have 5 minutes here, so I'm just going to grab the first one here. Let's see, he's got a delivery time of 6 days, rating count of 6,561 people who have vouched for him, and he's a top rated seller. So this would be a safe guy to go with.
Yeah, because you don't want to go and you don't want to pick a guy that is going to deliver a crappy logo, and then you're going to try to sell that to someone, and they're going to be unhappy with it, and you're going to have to go back and forth with the buyer. You want to pick a good guy from the beginning, and this lets you find the good ones.
Absolutely, and because it's all about quality. Because if you're going to create a business out of something, you got to deliver quality. You know, if you also have been on Fiverr, you just scroll down and you look at what he's offering. You know, they all have upsells and extras, and this guy does 2-day delivery. He charges $20 for it. That's pretty good, but we can do better than that. Mm-hmm. But again, let me see. Well, the one guy that I really wanted to use hasn't shown up yet. He usually shows up after about 5 minutes, but it's a guy that does unlimited revisions. So what you would do is just make sure you find a guy here. Then using our training, you would use the bot to contact this guy and get a give him a price. You know, again, we supply all that information. A lot of times they will give you prices. They'll say, okay, I need a logo done. I'll pay $300. Excuse me. And you know, once you get the job, which we show you also how to do, you just go on the Fiverr side and cancel that. We go on the Fiverr side and we find our guy there, and you have this guy, according to our training, deliver his ideas. You pass the idea to the Fiverr guy. And it may sound complex, but trust me, it isn't. It's a lot simpler than it, because it's kind of sounding complex in my brain right now, but it really, really isn't. That's the business. Again, a lot of people have made money their first day, but don't expect that, because again, if you want to be successful, you have to accept the fact that it might take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you make money. But the thing is, what happens is when you get that first client, first of all, your confidence goes through the roof. Second of all, you start building to your resume. And what happens more often than not is those clients turn into not only repeat clients, but high-end clients, and they start referring you. And that's the magic of this business, is that you're not going to be in this like eternal scramble of like constantly scanning Craigslist every single day, because when you start getting X amount of clients, things start going automatically for you. And a lot of our people have had to start outsourcing this just to keep up with the amount of work that they get. All right. So that is the basic version. And again, that's really all you need to be successful. But since we are in the Black Label edition, I'm going to show you the different bells and whistles. So like I said, you can search state by state with the basic version. Now with the Black Label edition, you can search all states at the same time. And in that search, you can also include Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Now, the most relevant one of those is going to be Canada, because frankly, Australia and United Kingdom, Craigslist does not have a lot of Craigslist results. But Canada has a ton, you know, mostly English-speaking people and some French, but they all speak English, and it actually adds about 30% more. So the difference would be that if you did that search here, I'm not going to do it right now because that takes about 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, you would have results from the whole country, from 50 states plus Canada. Now, if you did that search with the basic version, you would have to do this 50 times, starting with Alabama, you know. And then once you have that search, you would have to like export it, save it in Excel, and then do another one. You say, I don't know, you probably, for every time you do a search for the whole country, you would probably save about 5 hours, I'm going to say roughly, from having the Pro version. So again, it's not necessarily, but it's a huge time saver. Then what it also has, it has these other sites that you can use. For instance, it has Elance. You know, you could do a search on Elance, and it pulls up the database from Elance, and now you're looking at a huge monster site. If you look at this, 44 minutes ago, 48 minutes ago, 56 minutes ago, it's a monster site, and it just increases the opportunity just to a massive degree. A lot of people only do Elance and Odesk. And it also has Gumtree, which is a smaller British site. So this is the reason why we used to call it the Pro version. Now we call it the Black Label edition, but it is the Pro version because it really is, if you really want to step up your game and do this at a very large level. Another thing it does, oh, by the way, these green things, these green lights mean that it's from today.
Let me interject really quickly, Tom. Maybe I just want to make sure that we mention this, where you show that these were just posted 44 minutes ago. And this is something that stood out to me the first time that I looked at this software, is the fact that when people are looking for this, when I go online and I'm looking to get a logo done, or I'm looking to get anything done, I want it done as fast as possible. And the people that come to me the quickest, those are the ones that I'm going to start, like, I can see that they're hungry for it. I can see that they're there to, they're going to be working hard, etc., etc. I'm going to be giving my business to them, not the ones that come to me 5 days after I put it up and maybe I've forgotten about it.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, and that's why these sites come in handy too. But at the same time, not to take away from those older ads, because a lot of times, you know, on Craigslist, there is definitely something to be said for those older ads. But if you add to that super fresh results, you know, there just is no contest. Another thing that this software does on the Craigslist side is it remembers the ads that you visited. So, you know, if you keep clicking on ads and, you know, and you can't remember, have I seen that? Let's say you do a search on Monday and you can't remember if you already replied to someone, you know, the software will remember that for you. It also, the Black Label edition lets you search. It gives you this parameter right here. So let's say you did a search yesterday, and then when you do the next search, you don't want to include those results. You just want the fresh results, and you click select 1 day, and then you only get 1 day old results. And you can do that all the way up to 31 days, or you can just leave it blank and do all days. And it's a feature that was requested. Every time we do an update, we base it on requests from actual users, and that's why we keep developing the software. And then on the Fiverr side, something that's really handy is, you know, when you contact someone on the Craigslist side, or, you know, or Elance or Odesk side or Gumtree side, they're going to want samples of the work that they're going to have supplied, and those samples will be the Fiverr guy, right? And so you would just basically grab, these are logos that this guy has done. Now, there's a way to do it manually. You used to be able to right-click on these images, but Fiverr blocked that. And now what they do is they just attach a Fiverr logo when you try to download it. We found a workaround. It's a manual one, but it takes quite some time. With the Pro version, all you have to do is simply click a little button. See right here, it says download images. And you click that button, and then within a few seconds, it has downloaded all the images of that seller to a folder on their desktop or wherever you designate. And that's extremely handy. And that was a feature that, that people were just asking for months and months and months. So it's another time saver. So again, the magic word for the OTO or the Black Label Edition is convenience and speed. It's basically for people who are in a hurry to make that money super fast. But at the same time, I don't want this to turn into a pitch for the OTO, because I don't believe in that. What we're really selling is the front end product. And for people who want the OTO, but they don't want to put in the extra money, that's not a problem. What a lot of people do is, in that case, they'll just start out with the basic version, and they'll make good money, and then we'll reinvest that money back into the OTO. But I still wanted to cover it, just so that you see everything that the software has to offer.
We've talked a lot about the results that your customers have had. I wanted to see if you could show us some examples of these real testimonials that you've gotten from people who've made money with this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I this is the sales page right here, and the actual video itself has a lot of them. But these are people that I got to know, really good people. For instance, Sam here, right here, I made 38.18 with Arbitrage Underdog last month, and we've kept in touch, and he still makes 4 digits, sometimes 5 digits every month with it. There's Patrick here, good guy. He even turned into an affiliate for us. He does really, really, really good. I think he makes, I don't know, I think he's up to between I think last time it was like $1,000 or $1,500 that he makes. Was it per week? I'm pretty sure it was per week that he makes it. Yeah, it's all in the video, but I forget. There's so many of them. Alicia, we're still in touch. She charges $197 per logo. They sell like crazy. She loves the software. She does really, really good with it. Then we have all the video testimonials. This is Sam Kemper. Oh yeah, it's weekly. He makes $1,000 to $1,500 weekly with Arbitrage Underdog. And the cool thing is these are not fake testimonials. You can actually Google these people or find them on the Warrior Forum. They're super friendly and they're real, and they can verify everything that I said, and that's what makes it different. This is verifiable stuff. Same thing with our David Olson, great guy. He makes really good money. Mike Irwin has been with us for a long time. Mike Irwin even has a service for people. If you find a gig on Craigslist, someone looking to get something made, like a website or something like that, but you're having a hard time finding someone who could do it on Fiverr, Mike Irwin, he sets up little partnerships. He has a little thing where, hey, contact me, and if it can't be done on Fiverr, we'll do a thing where I get a certain percentage of whatever you make. So he makes it possible that the things that fall outside the scope of Fiverr. But anyways, another verifiable guy, John B, great guy from Florida, makes really great money. And I mean, it just keeps going and going and going and going. And then we have the Warrior Forum people, and they're obviously verifiable because you can. This is taken directly from my thread on the Warrior Forum. All you have to do is click on these people. If you can just actually private message them. Made 2,000 so far. This guy, Old Lodge Skins, got my first paid job. Got my first sale 56 minutes ago. 4 sales within 3 days. Allow you to start a business overnight. This is the only Warrior product that I've ever made money on. This is honest work. Another one, I've had regular work now thanks to AU for a month and a half. I just negotiated my first deal. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I could go like that for a long time, making really good money. I mean, again, like I said early in the call, it works. That's what else is there to say?
From your experience in all these testimonials and from speaking to your customers and from this being a software that and a method that isn't just something that's new, it's been around for a while. If you were to instruct someone that's just getting started with it, what's the fastest way that they can get their first sale that they can just, because everyone, like, they hear it, like, I can just, like, from someone that's bought products by itself, I know what it's like to be watching these things and being going like, okay, well, these people did it, but maybe I can't do it. Like, maybe they're doing something special. What would you say? Like how many searches do they need to do? How many people do they need to contact? What service should they offer? Should they offer logos? What's your advice on that? Fastest way they can make their first sale?
The fastest way is to follow our training. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. That was the big mistake I made in internet marketing. You know, what we've developed really works. So if you really want to make money, after you get the course, study the training, follow it. Don't be afraid to contact us if there's something that you're unsure about. We don't suggest keywords. Simply because if we were to suggest keywords, you know, it has a tendency to get saturated very fast. But we do have a section in our software that's called Advanced Tricks, and there is some keyword suggestion there, although it's not that hard to figure out keywords. But here's the thing, you know, the keywords that get hit the hardest are the ones that I use in the example, the logo, graphic illustrator, but even people who hit those still make money. Now, the biggest trick to making money as fast as possible is, if I go back to what I said a little earlier, you need to stay consistent and you need to be realistic. Set yourself a goal, and the goal should be, you know, it could be, I'm going to make $100 or I'm going to make $100 a day, whatever, but you can't stop until it happens. You can't, you know, I'll give you a surefire way to fail with this software. I'm going to try this. If it works, I'm going to keep doing it. If it doesn't work, I'm going to stop. That's a failure mentality. No one ever got rich or wealthy or anything having that mindset. Your only mentality to make this software or any IM product out there work is simply this. This is my goal. I'm not stopping until I reach it. And then it's up to the product. If it's a good product, and this is a good and proven product, it will work. So again, when you get the software, follow the training, stay consistent, you know, set a goal for, you know, maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks out for where you want to be, and don't be afraid to use customer service and tech support. If you have any questions, don't quit. That's it.
And once you get those first sales, and you mentioned this earlier, the fact that you can start building up a portfolio, you can start understanding a little more about how it all works. And I know you have templates and stuff showing what you can be writing back and forth to people, and you're going to develop your own way of doing it, and it's going to become more like you'll have the basics to get started with it, but then it will start to become your business, and it will start to become something where you're going to understand kind of what you need to say to clients and how to make them happy and how to make more money from it. And I'm sure the people that have made the most money have turned it from a method, they've turned it from something that they've learned from something like from you, and they've turned it into a business. I think there's a difference between having a method that works and a business that works, and that comes from experience, and that comes from consistent action day after day. Tom, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Always a pleasure. We've already gone over the one-time offers. Why don't you mention really quick, I know that the pricing that you showed on the sales page might be different than what people are going to see during the launch. Is there anything going on there with that?
Yeah, definitely. The software normally sells at $47, and we have decided for this launch, we're going to cut the price and we're going to bring it back. This is sort of first we reached a milestone in X amount of people who've decided to purchase the software. Not too long ago, we decided to celebrate, and we decided to go back to the original pricing we had in 2013 when it was launched on the Warrior Forum, which is $27. So, you know, it's not really going to stay at that price because we got to make money too. But to give back to everyone, we really wanted to make it something special. So, you know, for that period, it will be $27 instead of the $47, so that, you know, more people will have a chance to pick up the software and you know, make some good money for themselves.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the show, and best of luck with your launch.
Thanks, Mike, and thanks for having me on again.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Tom. If you are interested in picking up Arbitrage Underdog, come back tomorrow on Wednesday, February 18th at 11 a.m. Eastern. You're going to be able to grab it at a discounted launch price. It's going to be really discounted from what other people have paid for it before. Plus, you're going to be able to get my special bonuses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.